Rumors are tearing through the Outlander fandom as whispers of a secret affair rock the show's beloved stars. Reports claim Sam Heughan's private relationship has been exposed, sparking a wave of speculation that Caitriona Balfe may have been hiding a romantic connection of her own. Fans were stunned when alleged behind-the-scenes tensions surfaced online, hinting that the longtime co-star's chemistry may have crossed professional boundaries. Though nothing has been confirmed, the explosive claims have ignited debates across social media, leaving viewers asking one question: what really happened between Sam and Caitriona? As the dust settles, neither actor has addressed the swirling rumors, adding even more mystery to the situation. For now, fans are bracing for answers because this is a scandal that refuses to fade. His final bow sparked a wave of love. Fans can't stop praising Sam Heughan after his emotional goodbye on stage. Let's break down the moment everyone's talking about. Sam Heughan has always been celebrated for his on-screen presence, but over the past few months, the Outlander star captured hearts in an entirely different way, on stage. As his highly acclaimed theater run comes to an emotional close, fans across the world have poured out messages of love, gratitude, and admiration, turning his farewell into a global moment of appreciation. For many, this wasn't just a performance ending. It was the conclusion of a chapter that reminded audiences why Heughan remains one of the most deeply respected actors of his generation. Long before Sam Heughan became globally known as Highland warrior Jamie Fraser, he was a trained theater actor. His early years were spent on stage, performing Shakespeare, contemporary drama, and original works. So, when he announced earlier this year that he would be returning to theater for a limited run, fans reacted with enthusiasm and curiosity. Many wondered how he would balance his Outlander commitments, business ventures, and promotional duties with a demanding live performance schedule. But Heughan had rated one thing clear: theater was home. In interviews leading up to opening night, he reflected on how stage work shaped him as a performer and a person. He described the experience as raw, vulnerable, and thrilling, emphasizing that nothing compares to the immediate feedback and emotional connection of a live audience. That passion translated directly into his most recent performance. Night after night, audiences were full, reviews were glowing, and social media buzzed with reactions from fans who traveled from across the world just to see him. A performance critics called transformative. The show itself, an intense, character-driven piece, allowed Heughan to stretch far beyond what mainstream audiences typically see from him. Critics praised the depth of his portrayal, noting his ability to command the stage even in the quietest moments. Some reviewers described his work as a masterclass in emotional storytelling, commending his ability to shift effortlessly between confidence, fragility, humor, and heartbreak. Others pointed out the significance of seeing a long-established television actor return to the stage, not for publicity, but for passion and craft. The success of the run didn't just come from Heughan's star power, it came from the work itself. Many fans noted that even those unfamiliar with Outlander were moved by his performance and found themselves unexpectedly invested. For longtime admirers, his presence on stage felt like witnessing a deeply personal evolution. As one fan wrote online, Sam didn't just perform. He lived every moment on that stage, every emotion, every breath, every pause. You could feel his soul in the room. The emotional goodbye that moved fans to tears. As the final shows approached, anticipation turned bittersweet. Heughan posted glimpses of behind-the-scenes moments, expressing gratitude toward his castmates, crew, and audiences. His tone grew more reflective, hinting at how personally meaningful the experience had been for him. On the night of his final performance, the theater was filled with a mixture of excitement and sadness. Fans lined up hours before the show, hoping for one last chance to see him in a live setting. Some brought flowers, others carried posters, artwork, and handwritten notes. The moment the curtain fell for the last time, the audience erupted into a standing ovation that stretched on for many minutes. Witnesses describe Heughan wiping away tears as he thanked the crowd, looking visibly moved. The emotional energy in the room was palpable, an intimate shared moment between a performer and the people who supported him throughout the run. Afterwards, Heughan shared a heartfelt message on social media, calling the experience one of the most rewarding journeys of his career and thanking fans for embracing the production with so much enthusiasm. Global fan reaction. "We're so proud of you, Sam." Within minutes of his farewell message, social platforms lit up with thousands of supportive posts. Fans praised not just his performance, but his dedication, humility, and gratitude. Hashtags related to his theater run began trending in multiple countries. Some fans who attended the final show posted emotional reactions, describing the powerful atmosphere in the theater. Others who couldn't attend in person expressed how meaningful it was to witness his return to the stage, even from afar. Pride in his artistry. Fans repeatedly highlighted how proud they were to see Heughan challenge himself with such an emotionally demanding project. Many said the performance confirmed his versatility, showing he's more than the roles he's most known for. Admiration for his humility. Despite his fame, Heughan approached the production with sincerity and openness. Fans appreciated how he thanked audiences after nearly every show, took time to meet supporters, and acknowledged the efforts of his fellow cast members. Gratitude for his vulnerability. Many described his onstage vulnerability as brave, noting that emotional transparency has become one of his defining strengths as an actor. Joy at seeing him so fulfilled. Perhaps the most consistent sentiment was happiness for Heughan himself. Fans loved seeing him return to an art form that clearly means so much to him. One message summed up the collective mood. "Sam, thank you for giving us everything you had. Watching you on stage felt like witnessing the purest form of your talent. We're proud of you, today and always." A theater run that strengthened his bond with fans. Heughan has always maintained a close relationship with his fan base, but this theatrical return seemed to strengthen that bond even further. Unlike television and film, theater offers a rare intimacy. Audiences are in the same room, breathing the same air, watching a performance that will never be repeated in exactly the same way again. Many fans commented that seeing him live made them appreciate his craft on a deeper level. They described moments where the audience fell silent, where small gestures carried enormous emotional weight, or where spontaneous laughter changed the energy of the room. Those who met him at stage door events also shared stories of his kindness, how he asked where people traveled from, how he took a moment with each fan, or how he offered words of encouragement to aspiring actors. These interactions added to the emotional nature of his farewell, as fans realized this unique chapter was coming to an end. Why this theater run mattered so much. On the surface, it was another successful project for Heughan, but for many, this run represented something deeper. A reclaiming of artistic roots. Actors who transition into major television roles often lose the chance to return to the stage. With Outlander occupying more than a decade of his career, Heughan's choice to carve out time for theater was seen as a bold and meaningful decision, a return to what made him fall in love with acting. A reminder of his range. While widely adored for Jamie Fraser, Heughan's theater work reminded the public and the industry of his range. It demonstrated that he could command a stage with the same intensity he brings to the screen. A moment of emotional authenticity. In a world of curated content and polished appearances, live performance feels real. Nothing is edited, nothing is planned beyond the script. Fans appreciated seeing Heughan in such a genuine and emotionally open environment. A celebration of his relationship with fans, Heughan has repeatedly said that fan support changed his life. This theater run felt like a reciprocal gift. He gave them his most intimate work, and they gave him unwavering support. The impact on his career. While Heughan's career has already reached global recognition through Outlander, this theater run may influence his future in several ways. More theater invitations.
Given the overwhelming success, it's likely that producers and playwrights will approach him with new stage roles. His performance proved he can anchor a production both artistically and commercially. A shift in public perception. Audiences who previously only knew him as a rugged romantic lead now see him as a deeply skilled dramatic actor with extensive emotional range. Potential award nominations. Depending on the theater and jurisdiction, his performance could be eligible for awards. Fans have already begun speculating online about his chances. New creative opportunities. The confidence gained from this project may encourage Heughan to explore more challenging roles, whether in independent film, high-profile drama, or additional stage productions. Heughan's emotional reflections. Throughout the run, Heughan was transparent about how meaningful the experience was. In interviews, he spoke about feeling alive on stage, about rediscovering the raw excitement of performing without retakes or editing, and about building a connection with each audience. His final message, shared after the closing show, was especially heartfelt. He thanked his colleagues, acknowledged the sacrifices behind the scenes, and expressed his deep appreciation for the fans who showed up night after night. He also hinted that this might not be his last time on stage, saying he hopes to return sooner rather than later. As emotional as the farewell was, fans are already speculating about Heughan's next chapter. Some believe he may take on another stage role in the near future. Others think he may dive into new film projects, especially with the pause in Outlander production, giving him more flexibility. There's also growing anticipation about his upcoming ventures, including his book releases, charity work, and business expansions. But for many, the hope is simply that he continues to challenge himself artistically in ways that bring him fulfillment. A farewell that feels like a beginning. This emotional goodbye marks the end of a theater run, but it doesn't feel like a final chapter. If anything, it feels like the start of a new era in Sam Heughan's career, one where he's reconnecting with the deepest parts of his craft, embracing opportunities that push him creatively, and strengthening the bond with supporters who have walked this journey with him. For now, fans continue flooding social media with messages of love and praise, grateful for the unforgettable performances he delivered, and excited for what lies ahead. While Sam Heughan was undoubtedly the centerpiece of the production, insiders say the magic of the show came from the entire creative team working in rare harmony. Cast members spoke openly about how collaborative the environment was, crediting Heughan for setting the tone from the very first rehearsal. According to one production assistant, Heughan arrived early for almost every rehearsal, spending extra time learning blocking, experimenting with emotional beats, and discussing character depth with the director. His commitment reportedly inspired others to push themselves, resulting in a production that felt more like an artistic family than a workplace. The director, known for working with high-caliber stage actors, also praised Heughan's discipline. In a post-run interview, he described the actor as one of the most present performers he has ever worked with, someone who listens deeply and responds authentically in every moment. That sense of presence was felt by audiences, too. Many described the show as electric, saying it was impossible to look away when Heughan was on stage. Even quiet scenes felt charged, as though emotions were reverberating through the theater. One fan wrote, "He doesn't just deliver lines, he breathes them into existence." Fans travel from around the world to see him. As word spread about the quality of the performance, the theater's ticket sales surged. But what truly surprised many was the global nature of the audience. Fans traveled from the United States, Italy, France, Germany, Canada, Brazil, Australia, and Japan, many making the trip solely to see Heughan perform live. Travel forums were filled with fans sharing itineraries, hotel recommendations, and meetup plans. Some coordinated group outings to attend the show together, turning the event into an international community gathering. For many, the experience held personal significance. Some were longtime Outlander viewers, others discovered Heughan through his books, charity work, or brand ventures, but all shared a deep appreciation for his artistry. A fan from Italy described her experience in a heartfelt social media post. "I have never seen an actor so fully immersed in his character. Sam's presence on stage is overwhelming in the most beautiful way. I will never forget this night." Another fan from Brazil said that seeing him live felt like a dream, emphasizing that the emotional intensity of his performance exceeded anything she had expected. The closing night was especially unforgettable. Witnesses say that the energy in the theater was different from the moment the doors opened. Audience members whispered excitedly, exchanging stories about their favorite moments from earlier performances, while many showed up wearing fan-made shirts or holding letters addressed to Heughan. During the performance, every joke landed with louder laughter, every dramatic moment with deeper silence. The applause between scenes stretched longer, with some audience members standing mid-show to express their appreciation. When the final curtain fell, the applause turned into a roar, an emotional standing ovation that lasted so long that cast members began tearing up one by one. Heughan stepped forward, visibly moved, and placed his hand on his heart. The gesture set off another round of cheers. Those close enough to the stage described the moment as raw, intimate, and once in a lifetime. He spoke briefly, thanking his fellow actors, the production team, and the audiences who supported them from opening night to closing night. His voice reportedly broke as he expressed how profoundly the experience had impacted him. The outpouring of praise following his emotional goodbye goes beyond admiration for his skill. Fans have long felt a personal connection to Heughan, and this theater run only strengthened that bond. But what makes him so beloved? Heughan has built a reputation for being genuine. Whether he's on stage, in interviews, or on social media, he shares emotions openly, something fans say feels rare in celebrity culture. He doesn't rely on fame, he earns respect.
Fans repeatedly mention his dedication to craft, noting that he throws himself fully into every project, no matter the scale. Despite worldwide recognition, he approaches each new role as a student, eager to learn, collaborate, and improve. This humility resonates deeply with fans. From signing autographs in the rain to encouraging young actors at stage door, Heughan's kindness has become part of his reputation. Many fans say he treats them not as supporters, but as partners in his journey. Theater requires vulnerability, and Heughan embraced that fully. Fans appreciated that they weren't just watching an actor, they were watching a human being share something meaningful. A farewell that sparked reflection among fans. As the theater run ended, many fans said they felt inspired in their own lives. Social media posts expressed themes of courage, growth, and rediscovery. Some said that watching Heughan challenge himself pushed them to pursue goals they had been afraid to chase. Others felt that his vulnerability on stage encouraged them to express their emotions more openly. A few even credited him with helping them reconnect with art, creativity, or personal passions they had long forgotten. Sam reminded me that it's never too late to follow the thing that lights your soul on fire, another fan wrote. Seeing him on stage felt like a lesson in living boldly. Cast and crew bid their own emotional farewells. Fans weren't the only ones emotional about the show's closing. Members of the cast and crew also shared their goodbyes. Several posted tribute photos from rehearsals, backstage moments, and candid snapshots with Heughan. Their messages described him as a generous scene partner, a leader without trying to lead, an anchor for the entire cast, the heart of this production. Watching Sam work every night was a masterclass. He gave us everything he had, and in doing so, he lifted all of us to be better. A crew member added that Heughan regularly thanked them after performances, often staying late to acknowledge the behind-the-scenes efforts that made the show possible. What this theater run reveals about Sam Heughan's future. Though Heughan has an already packed schedule, many believe this return to theater signals a new era in his career. Insiders say he has been receiving interest from directors who were impressed by his performance, and fans are hopeful that more stage roles will be announced soon. Every actor hopes to leave a mark, not just on critics or industry insiders, but on the hearts of audiences. With this theater run, Sam Heughan has done exactly that. His emotional goodbye was not just a farewell, it was the culmination of a transformative journey shared by thousands. In the hours following Sam Heughan's emotional farewell, social media platforms became a hub of celebration, gratitude, and heartfelt storytelling. Fans posted videos from the final curtain call, shared photos from the stage door, and wrote lengthy messages about what the experience meant to them. The hashtag dedicated to his theater run trended globally, with thousands of new posts flooding in. Some accounts even hosted virtual fan gatherings where people discussed their favorite scenes, the moments during the performance that moved them to tears, and their personal interactions with Heughan. One fan shared a video montage of her journey to see the show, from booking tickets months ago to flying overseas and meeting new friends along the way. The post quickly attracted thousands of likes and comments from others who had similar stories. Another fan uploaded a compilation of audience reactions, showing the collective gasps, laughter, and silent awe that swept through the theater each night. She captioned it, "This wasn't just a show, it was an experience we'll carry with us." A career-defining moment. As fan tributes continued pouring in, industry experts also weighed in on the impact of Heughan's theater run. Several theater critics and acting coaches noted that not all successful screen actors can transition smoothly to stage work. The demands are different, rawer, more immediate, and less forgiving. But many agreed that Heughan not only made the transition, he excelled. A veteran drama critic wrote, "Sam Heughan has achieved something rare. His performance didn't rely on celebrity. It relied on skill, emotional intelligence, and deep artistic commitment." Another expert compared his performance to early stage work of renowned theater legends, emphasizing his natural command of live storytelling. A theater professor even commented that scenes from the production would likely be used in future discussions about modern stage acting. He highlighted Heughan's ability to blend physicality with vulnerability, something he described as a hallmark of actors who can carry a stage. Emotional stories from the audience, why this run will be remembered. As the conversation expanded, more fans began sharing personal stories about how Heughan's performance affected them. Some described reconnecting with old passions, painting, writing, acting, after feeling inspired by his dedication to craft. Others said the production brought them comfort during difficult times. One woman shared a particularly emotional account. She had lost a loved one shortly before seeing the show, and said that Heughan's performance helped her release emotions she had been holding in. During one scene, it was like he was speaking directly to my grief. I cried in a way I hadn't allowed myself to for months. It was healing. Another fan from Scotland described bringing her teenage daughter, who dreams of becoming an actress. After the show, Heughan spoke to them for a few moments at the stage door. His encouragement, the mother said, strengthened her daughter's determination more than any acting class ever could. She wrote, "He looked her in the eye and told her to keep going, to believe in her voice. She'll remember that for the rest of her life." These emotional connections are part of why this theater run will remain a cherished memory for many. The production's cultural impact. Beyond the emotional impact, Heughan's theater run also had a cultural ripple effect. The show attracted new audiences to live theater, particularly younger viewers and international visitors who may not have regularly attended stage productions. Local businesses near the theater reported noticeable boosts in activity on performance nights. Restaurants saw increased reservations, nearby shops extended their hours, and hotels noted an uptick in bookings from foreign visitors. Several cultural commentators remarked that the production helped revitalize interest in contemporary theater at a time when many venues are still recovering from recent industry challenges. They credited Heughan's draw with helping introduce live stage performance to people who might otherwise have overlooked it. One arts journalist wrote, "He didn't just deliver a great performance, he helped bring people back to the theater. That's a contribution with lasting impact." A glimpse into Sam's personal journey during the run.
Throughout the production, Heughan occasionally shared updates that hinted at the emotional journey he was experiencing behind the scenes. In interviews, he spoke about reconnecting with the discipline and vulnerability that stage acting demands. He mentioned the adrenaline of stepping into character night after night, the challenge of maintaining emotional truth through every performance, and the satisfaction of feeling the audience's energy in real time.